Everything was perfect. The conversations lasted until 3 a.m. He remembered every small detail you mentioned. He opened up about things he said he never told anyone. He made you feel like you were the only person in the world. And then, nothing. One word replies. Hours between responses. The warmth completely gone, like a door quietly closing on everything that felt real. And you're left sitting there, replaying every conversation, checking every message, asking yourself what you did wrong. You did nothing wrong. What happened to him has nothing to do with you, and everything to do with psychology. Today I am going to explain exactly why men go silent after getting emotionally close, what is actually happening inside them when they pull away, and what you should do and never do when it happens. Because once you understand the psychology behind this, you will never again confuse his silence for rejection. And you will never again lose yourself trying to chase something that was never actually gone. Before we go into the reasons, I need you to understand one thing. Male emotional psychology and female emotional psychology are wired very differently. Not better or worse, just differently. Women typically process emotions through connection, through talking, through sharing. The closer a woman feels to someone, the more she opens up. Men often process emotions in the complete opposite way. The deeper the emotion, the more internal the processing becomes. Silence is not distance. For many men, silence is how they handle something that matters. Keep that in mind as we go through exactly what is happening and why. Reason number 1. He is emotionally overwhelmed. Here is something most people never talk about. Men are not taught how to handle deep emotional intimacy. From childhood, boys are conditioned to suppress vulnerability, to keep emotions controlled, to not need too much from anyone. So when genuine emotional closeness happens, and it catches them off guard, their nervous system does not know what to do with it. Psychologists call this emotional flooding. The feelings are real, but they arrive faster and more intensely than he knows how to process. So he does the only thing that feels safe. He creates distance. He pulls back. He goes quiet, not to hurt you, but because he genuinely does not know how to stay present with something that big. His silence is not a statement about you. It is a statement about how overwhelmed he is by what he feels. And that is actually a sign of depth, not indifference. Reason number 2. He is afraid of losing himself. Behavioral psychology has consistently found that men have a deep psychological need for autonomy, independence, a sense of individual identity. When emotional closeness grows rapidly and it feels powerful and consuming, a psychological alarm goes off. Not because he does not want you, but because part of him feels like he is disappearing into something, and that triggers a primal need to pull back, recalibrate, remember who he is outside of this connection. Psychologists call this the autonomy threat response, and it is strongest in men who actually feel the most. The men who pull back the hardest after emotional intimacy are often the ones who felt the connection the deepest. His silence is him trying to find his footing, not his exit. Reason number 3. He is testing whether this is a safe place to be vulnerable. Most men have been taught, by experience, that emotional openness is dangerous. They opened up once, and it was used against them. Or it was dismissed. Or the person left anyway. So when something real begins to develop, there is a subconscious test that happens. He pulls back slightly and watches. Does she panic? Does she chase? Does she become anxious and desperate? Or does she remain steady, secure in herself, unbothered? This is not a game he is playing deliberately. It is a psychological safety check his nervous system runs automatically, because the last thing a man who has been hurt wants to do is fully open himself to someone who will not be there when he does. Your response to his silence says everything he needs to know about whether you are someone he can truly trust. So, what do you actually do when this happens? 3 things. First, do not chase. Flooding him with messages, calls, or demands for explanation triggers the autonomy threat response even harder and pushes him further away. Second, do not make his silence mean something it does not. His silence is not rejection. His silence is processing. The moment you internalize that, everything shifts. Third, and this is the most important one, give him space, but hold your own ground. Do not abandon yourself while waiting for him. Continue your life, your plans, your energy. Be so rooted in yourself that his silence does not shake you. Because here is what behavioral science shows us. A woman who remains secure and unbothered during a man's withdrawal communicates something his nervous system responds to immediately. She is safe. She is strong. She does not need him to be okay, which makes him want to come back every single time. Here is what I want you to take away from this. His silence after emotional closeness is almost never about you. It is about his nervous system encountering something real and not yet having the tools to stay present with it. But here is the truth that matters most. You should never shrink yourself. Never silence yourself. Never make yourself smaller, trying to make space for a man who has not yet made space for himself. The right man, when he is ready, will not need you to chase him. He will come back because you gave him space to, and because you were still standing, whole and unbothered when he did. That is the psychology of this. And now you know it. If this video helped you understand something you have been carrying, subscribe to Psychology Apex right now. Every single week we decode the real psychology behind human behavior, relationships, dark psychology, the hidden reasons people do what they do. So you always understand more than the situation expects you to. And drop a comment below. Have you experienced this? What happened? And how did you handle it? I read every single comment personally, and I want to hear your story. See you in the next one.